Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, the ruler of the underworld, and with finally 4 nights of the apocalypse getting shall I say, a more understandable translator, or at the very least a translator doesn't make me question what translating form they were using. Thing, we will be able to react to the newest chapter, being chapter 132, titled "Those Who Resist." I mean, they don't really resist that much, but I guess we get a few of the resistance involved there. Although I'm not exactly certain if we can consider this a resistance, since technically it's more of an invasion and war, and the main cast are more going up against, but whatever, we're not gonna look that deeply into these types of stuff. But regardless, we start with a cover page. It's kind of meant to show us the progression and the change for Anne. Like, we see Anne as she was pre-time skip in that outfit, and now we see her in her different outfit, which also has a miniskirt. Anime logic, miniskirts are what female knights wear as we see her a bit older, and yeah, it's a very nice change, and again, this kind of confirms to me that it's just one of those, you go into a sequel series and you want to kind of change the characters, but you don't want to start off immediately. Anyways, we also have a narrator saying, 2 years have passed, having grown up as a reliable person, and shows up with Pegasus. Yeah, sure, that's what that is, a Pegasus. As then we cut to the guy last chapter who is reacting to Anne's arrival and all that, as he's like, the Night of the Apocalypse? Percival's Steam? No way, the actual band of rebels? I wouldn't call them again a band of rebels, they're more than another Kingdom's force, but whatever. But maybe there is a definition of rebels that does include everyone else, it's just kind of weird, but whatever. Anyways, then we have Anne saying, we draw too much attention here. Let's go somewhere else. Which is true, they are just kind of dumb. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of just. To be fair, you two are kind of far away from everyone, so I'm not exactly sure how much attention you can draw, but I'm assuming it's one of those. The farm is gonna get people's attention or something. But anyways, we have this guy saying, do you think you can get away without consequences, especially against a holy knight of Camelot? As Anne is then like, if I hadn't saved you, you would have been taken to Unfine's cauldron by now. I kind of explain the whole thing. Because again, this guy is kind of wants to go away from Arthur, but he's not really like, Arthur's evil, so I have to go away from him kind of deals. As then we have this guy saying, Unfine? I had never heard of that place. Referring to the prison last chapter, as Anne explains to Hamlet, it is a prison for those humans who are not satisfied or have doubts about Camelot. I mean, not satisfied is kind of what everyone is, and doubts is... Honestly, this guy doesn't even have doubts about it, he just finds it weird his sister is not aging. He basically it's maybe some kind of poison or something, or I guess he was kind of suspicious of Camelot because of that, but still, kind of a weird thing. As then we have Anne saying to him, its existence shouldn't even be known to you, as long as you feel blessed and satisfied. Oh wait, is there something, what's up with that Holy Knights now, well, Chaos Knights here? Because if he's never supposed to learn about it, what if he became a Chaos Knight as well? Or is, what was it called, Unfine some weird prison that only like the elite Chaos Knights now, because this guy, this Beast Tamer guy is not giving me elite vibes. I would put him at best everyone below Fiddich from the Dark Talismans at best. So I'm kind of weird that it's called, something that he shouldn't even know. Maybe she means just civilians themselves, but still kind of a weird thing. As then we have this guy again questioning like complaints and doubts. That's why. As then we have I'm guessing this guy saying it. You seem to have a pretty good idea about it. There's a good chance, as then we have Anne telling him, there's a good chance that my comrade is incarcerated there. I just wanted to know its exact location, how to get out of it. So yeah, this guy we all thought last chapter that one of Anne's comrades got captured, and this confirms that. Which one is, my money's on Nauseons. I feel like everyone's money's on Nauseons. It just makes the most amount of sense. And it will kind of explain a lot of things. And yeah, we'll see on that front if it is Nauseons. I'm kind of getting Kingdoms in Ruins kind of vibes when we see this captured comrade, but we have to wait and see on that front. Hopefully it's not that literally that serious. As then we have the little girl saying, "Is that your friend?" As they have Anne smiling and be like, "Yes, a comrade I hold very dear." As then we have then there's just saying, "Hey, you should come to our home." As like, "Sure, thank you." As this guy is kind of bewildered about what the hell's going on. Alright, I'm really starting to go suspicious of this girl, by the way. Like, the fact that she tells them to go into her house, I mean, it's fine, and they say they stand out here, but kinda odd that you want to go to a place that will be even more noticeable, and even more. I mean, their house doesn't even seem to be like in the edge of the town. It seems to quite literally be in the... Okay, maybe it is at the edge of the town, but I would say it's more like not even the last house in the edge. It's more like in the middle of the edge of the town, if we are being charitable here. It's kind of weird how Annie is being not really careful here. So yeah, anyways, then we have this guy saying, "I heard things about you. You are quite different from what I had imagined. It's hard to think of you as a group of humans trying to destroy Camelot." As then this guy's kind of like, the stories that are being told about you guys makes you sound like more, you're not humans, basically. As then we have Anne telling him that she's going all serious mode, like, "Oh, when it comes to little girls, we'll be all nice and straight, but when it comes to dudes, oh, we're gonna be serious." I mean, okay, to be fair, I do understand why Anne's acting this way towards him, because it's very clear this isn't a guy who's, like, completely offers evil, I have to get away for my own safety kind of deal. This guy's very clear, more like, he knows there's something weird about it, but it's not like, oh, it's not evil. It's kind of like you get kind of, alright, and I get your red flags are starting to get raised, but not enough to act or something. As Anne tells him coldly, "Don't get me wrong, we are still trying to destroy Camelot to save Britannia." As then this guy is kind of bringing her tea or something. As he's like, "Wait, what's going on in Britannia? Our mother is waiting for our return there." Yeah, like I said, last chapter he said she's living in Britannia, so obviously he's gotta be concerned about this, carrying that. I mean, that's probably what a lot of people in Camelot that the prison are like. They probably don't have a problem with Camelot. It's just, when they hear about something bad happening in Britannia, they're kind of getting worried. Or when they have family relatives there, they kind of want to, you don't want to stay. You're happy there, but you kind of want to at least know how it's going to the rest of your family, kind of deal. I imagine that's the people that are there. It's kind of like Amarioku's from Shaw when it comes to their priorities, who should live with them in their country. But yeah, anyways, we have Anti-Ham. Soon we will see it with our own eyes. As then we have him asking, "You will take us with you?" As then we have Anne saying, all serious, like, "In exchange, please answer my questions with sincerity. This will also help to confirm that you are not under Arthur's command, just in case." Which is reasonable. Like, I imagine Arthur would, as soon as they get one news, as soon as it reaches any one of four evils, Arthur's or any other high-ranking individual in Camelot's ears, that people who are doubting Camelot go with Percival's remnants or Percival's platoon to Britannia, they're gonna be like, how do we explore this? So I understand why. I imagine that's also why Annie's sent these missions mostly, because again, she can kind of confirm, is this guy legitimate or is this guy just an Arthur spy? Maybe you're gonna wonder if we're gonna get introduced to a character who can counter Anne's ability with deception. The best deceivers are the ones who can deceive even the truths themselves. So we didn't have the little girl kind of playing with the wings, being kind of like a child, which is again kind of suspicious of it a bit. Like, it's not suspicious because this is acting, it's just kind of suspicious because, you'd think we're kind of leading into what's going to happen to it later. Anyways, we have the little girl be like, "Your wings are very pretty and fluffy. hey, Mr. Horse, what's your name? And I was like, listen to me and be at awe. I am Sylvan, the mightiest of all the Pegasuses. Yeah, this is Sylvan. I'm surprised. I'm honestly kind of surprised by this. But then we had this little girl be like, yeah, unbelievable! It talks! And then Sylvan be like, no, child, worship me! Question: Pegasus is high on the mythological horse hierarchy or not? I'm just legitimately curious on that side. I think they are, if Monster Musume is by any consideration. Although to be fair, that Monster Musume Pegasus are airheads like harpies, but that's besides the point. As I have the little girl be like, hey, talk more! And she kind of hugs the horse, but she stuffs her hand into his nostril. As he's like, bro, stop! Don't stick your hand up my nose! Oh, achoo! As then he reverts back to what he truly is, the same kind of horse. Although I think he's actually smaller now. But regardless, he sneezes and the girl's drenched. Again, suspicious that the girl, of all places, thought to stuff her hand in his nose. It's just kind of a weird thing, you know. Again, I bet there's gonna be some kind of reveal. I'm already calling it. My bet is I'm cashing it in. This girl is gonna have some kind of reveal that she is something that King Arthur created or whatever. Like, we can just expect it already. As there the little girl be like, it turned into a pig, which is sure this one's time to cry like, no way! I'm back to my old form! Yeah. Again, I'm suspicious of little hell. As then we have Anne be like, I mean that's Annalise. It doesn't look like you're lying at all. All right, I'll take you with me. As then this guy be like, so can you immediately take my sister and me with you to Britannia? Kind of what she just said, but whatever. As they have Anne be like, I'll only take you alone. As she's looking at the little girl, as he's like, what? As then we have Anne look at her as she's like, as the little girl's like being, are you alright? And she's kind of like comforting the horse as she just called a pig. As Anne tells him, we have to leave your sister here. According to you, she died once and you reunited with her in Camelot, right? We have as a rule to leave this world those who were born here. I'm assuming she means the people who were killed here? Well, people who were killed but then were brought back to life in this world, since I doubt like every single person who was naturally born in Camelot, or this version of Camelot, is going to have something with them, unless that is what Arthur is doing. No, we're not gonna get into that discussion. We have to wait a bit, at least I think. We have to figure out exactly how the whole magic thing works with the Chaos Knights. Once we get more information on that, we'll theorize on if Arthur is messing with babies or something. As thereafter, it's gonna be like, are we leaving her behind? That's awful of you. As then the girl's like, I'm not. The son's like, I'm not crying at all. As they're saying, don't get it wrong. The one that's awful here is King Arthur, who made this world. Listen, I'm not exactly certain if it's suspicion of this is your past or whatever, but you have to at least, and I understand, this is definitely one of those, we need to keep it hidden for the plot because the plot says so kind of deals. But if there is something you are worried about when it comes to people that are revived or born, or however, whatever definition of born here, which one are you referring to, you should probably at least explain to this guy, just saying you're kind of making a situation worse. You're kind of, making a possible ally, or at the very least someone you can save, kind of go up against you when you're being unreasonable. Like, I know she doesn't have siblings, but you should understand his position at least. As if this guy be like, don't insult King Arthur. I owe him for uniting me with my sister. You see, that's what happens. You get this. This response. And then this guy was starting up, will you stop being foolish enough to defy him? You'll end up like that knight of prophecy, Percival, wasn't he? Yeah, now it's time for the... I mean, it doesn't mean your sense of getting out on exactly impossible, but it's like, now he's that unbranched that it shouldn't be. So yeah, I guess it was unknown to everyone in Camelot that Percival died. I'm just actually curious, what kind of story was it? Because we haven't seen like a statue dedicated to Mortlock. Oh my god, I'm entirely expecting there's gonna be a statue dedicated for Mortlock. If it's not gonna be in a town square, it's probably gonna be in Ironside's house. I'm just waiting for when one of these when Anne, Donnie, or Nazians, it was probably why Nazians got captured, let's be honest to ourselves, is gonna go into one area in Camelot, like maybe a big city, and there's gonna be a Mortlock statue there. It's gonna be hilarious. I mean, sad, tragic, and consider how much people who don't like Mortlock, probably gonna rage quit, but I mean, I'm just expecting it. Anyways, we have this guy looking angrily at Anne, as then Anne is kind of mature here, as she's like, looks dominant, but she's clearly frustrated with this guy. She tells him, Percival never lost. He chose to sacrifice himself in order to protect us. I question the translation here, since my interpretation of that, since what actually happened in my memory is correct, is the guy thought that if he died, he could, if it would have kind of gone better, because in his imagination at least, he interpreted that if what Ironside's plan for Deodra went through, he would live as Einstein's son, he would be happy, he would have his grandpa around, they would be going on missions together and be a happy family. You have Mortlock as a cool uncle, which we all know it is. Like, you can hate Mortlock all you want for what he said to Percival and what he caused, but he is a cool uncle to Deodra. Remember all that at least. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that because his opinion was that everyone's gonna die eventually, because he's not gonna die, but still, like, I kinda get it, but still. Like, I don't think it's really accurate to say that he sacrificed himself to protect you. As they all say, I don't know if what he did was the right thing or not, but one thing is for sure, no other knight is as kind to others as he was. Don't you dare to make fun of him. I mean, I don't think the guy is making fun of him, it's just, he finds the whole going up against Arthur unreasonable. Then we get two panels with them both looking seriously, as this guy kind of is aware that, or he definitely stepped on a few toes, because he's not like screaming or anything. He's just kind of, alright, I can respect that at least. As they have someone screaming behind them, as he and Al both looking in shock behind it. As then the guy says, "That's my sister's voice." And then we see that chaos creature that Chaos Knight was riding is there grabbing the girl, even though its eyes are literally popped up. Like, there's one eye literally dangling and still bleeding all over the place. As it's holding the little girl, as this creature's like, oh, baby. And then I said, that thing's still alive? I mean, I know its eyes were popped up, but I guess they are a lot thicker than they were given credit for. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of creatures that I feel like have some resistance. And I mentioned that Arthur was giving them creatures that could at least handle some level of beating. So yeah, as then we have this guy going, let my sister go! As then this guy's like, brother! Oh, I'm guessing it's gonna bite him in the ass later or something, I don't know. As they have Anne immediately passing by him as she uses Squeal Stinger! I think this is the first time she uses that. It's just a cool move to use, and then she cuts multiple holes from this chaos creature's arms to let the girl go. Alright, this guy confirms to me that they don't have much experience with these born in Camelot individuals, but I don't know. It's got very vague. I'm not sure if it's a translation thing or something, but it's kind of weird how she's like, because if this was some kind of, this is gonna hinder, it's gonna kind of give stuff away, you would kind of feel like this they would know this, but I guess they're just suspicious of these creatures because they are worried about them being chaos create or something. As they have, I mean, like Sylvan, as then we have Sylvan being robbed by Anne and the guy and her sister as like let's go, as this guy's like just just like running with all his speed. And there you have this Chaos Knight who seems to actually be like entrapped in this creature's belly. Like, oh my god, I can't get out of here. I'm stuck. It's kind of like quicksand kind of deal. As in, they have this Chaos Knight, you having a fucking brain. As he's like using his Chaos Stab, be like, Sir Bert, the rebels have been found right away. Cough. So yeah, this guy leaves dedicated to his job, and then we see this creature like walking, kind of crawling to it. I guess it's too damaged to fly. As then we have I think the guy, the brother, be like, hold on, this horse has lost its wings and its legs are way shorter. So he then probably saw that someone changed back normal. As they have explained to him, to turn into a Pegasus, he needs to eat the magic carrot in my back. As they have the one be like, please no, they are disgusting. And we get this like panel with them kind of running away and they're being chased by this thing. Which honestly makes me kind of wonder if it's actually relatively small, short, like one of those like, run! But it's like that's the actual movement kind of deal. But anyways, then we have this guy being like, then how about using the same magic on the monster that you used to defeat the Holy Knight? On the Chaos Knight, what's with these translations? As we have I'm being like, does it work on an enemy that can't speak the same language as me? And I'm also assuming that means that people who can't talk, because again, it would be kind of weird if they did work. But we also did like this panel with the creature's eyes is kind of like just flowing all over the place. Then we have this creature trying to fly again. As it kind of goes into air as someone notices something, as then this thing kind of looms over it. As it starts, it still has like a bit of a horn sting a bit to it, as it kind of starts to twitch. As this guy screams in, it's about to attack! As then this thing is like shooting all over the place. So I was like, just able to run away, like he's kind of like, boom, blast, it's like, woo! Kind of coming in circles around there. I'm gonna think it's gonna be extremely comical when we get this animated. Is a quick run away. As then we have a muscular figure away from this distance be like, oh my, what are you doing? As then I notice this person. As then they jump on something as this land starts to flow up. As then we have this guy saying, what's that? As then we see this thing going straight, and I think this thing hits itself. It either hits itself on the rock or is being hit by some force and knocked down as this thing falls down and the Chaos Knight with it also falls down. I'm assuming this thing means this thing is dead, the Chaos Knight as well, but I'm not entirely certain. I mean, it seems like they kill each other immediately after they show up. So I think there might be survivability from the fall damage, but I'm not entirely certain. I wouldn't be surprised if he does die from fall damage here. As they have to probably like, the land is floating? As then it goes like, awesome! As then Anne's like, phew. As then we have Anne saying, you could have done better if you wanted to save us. As then we reveal that this muscular individual is Donnie, showing that he truly does have Hauser's genes in him. Or at the very least, he has the same, he has his uncle's genes. As we see Donnie there, and he falls into that character who doesn't change much, but he does have changes. Like, again, he has more muscular frame, he has a better outfit, like a more, warrior outfit. I think it's actually kind of similar to what his uncle wore. And we also see that he has like a tiny little shield on his hands, as he's like moving things. So I'm gonna say he can probably, move the thing up, also hit the creature down. Pretty good scale up since, only didn't manage to move a mountain, but I guess it just shows that he has improved somewhat. Maybe not move a mountain, but he can at least, like, move bigger plops of land from stuck from the ground. As then we have uh, Donnie responding to Anne, and you shouldn't talk like that to the one that saved you. So I guess they still haven't gotten like a better term. I mean, to be fair, I think that it's more like brother-sister squabble, not like a big thing. But still, it's kind of weird how the two still don't seem to get along that well. I mean, they get along good enough because they are a team. But you'd think that after after Percival dying, Nauseon's getting captured, you'd think they would kind of start clicking better together. As they have Anne saying, she's like, "You left me alone in the first place. Ted has told us over and over again that our Camelot's coding team should consist of at least 2 people, right?" So again, this kind of makes me kind of wonder what the operations are right now. Like, how does the military structure right now work in all these sites? I mean, I'm assuming we're gonna get some explanation soon, but still kind of weird. I mean, the Istatias and a few others now operating the Demon Realm. I'm assuming they would. I mean, they are in better connection, so maybe, especially if they are taking people from Camelot to Britannia, but it's still weird. As they have Donnie be like, "Couldn't be helped. I had to attend to Call of Nature." As we all know what that means. As in, like, stumbling and say out, stop mumbling and say out loud. As then we have Donnie screaming, I went to poop. I don't know why you had to hear that, but whatever. Better question is why he had to run before telling that. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with him needing to go. I mean, just like, it's gonna be a lot easier for everyone if you don't need to go there before the fight. Better question is why didn't you just double back before that? But whatever. So anyways, they have Donnie just kind of like, chilling as he's kind of like, I guess, kind of, I don't know, is he feeding Sylvain another? I don't know if he's feeding Sylvain or something or anything, but Sylvain looks at him like with wide eyes as Donnie didn't just. I guess because he decided he had to go poop and now he's touching someone in his mouth. And Donnie's then like, "So, who are the 2 behind you? Candidates to come back?" Then I was like, they are, but alright, I'll explain this to Tethys later. Since, very clearly there's still not good communication. Like, this guy has no objection to King Arthur, he's suspicious of why his sister is not aging and his sister is a creation. And I'm guessing this confirms that they haven't had any kind of like encounters with these creatures, these beings that Arthur created to satisfy these people's desires to meet them again, to be attacking them ever or something. I don't know, because it's implied. Because I guess Talos will have to like deal with it. Something. I don't know. Like, I feel like there is a way you could deal it. I mean, don't you guys have more of these communication orbs so you can talk quickly with that? Just saying, like, reconnaissance teams should at least have an easier way to speak with their commanders. Like one communicator, like maybe Donnie has a communicator on him, maybe like another creation, like maybe a seashell, something that will allow you to communicate with, like at least something. And they have the brother being like, "Do you actually know the way back to Britannia?" I find it hard to believe that there is a way back, as he's kind of looking around him for the portal back, as someone's starting to lick on his face for thank you for saving him, I guess. As in, he's like, "There are some creepy looking holes all around the place. See them?" As we say, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 holes all around them with the Donnie and Anna all over the place. Kind of like in a circle ship, funny enough. As we get a bit of an explanation of the portals to Camelot and out of Camelot and all that type of nonsense. As then we have Donnie telling him those holes connect the dimensions created by King Arthur. As then we have Anne saying, "We call them chaos holes. So we can go back home through one." No, the guy's like, "So we can go back home through one of those." As Donnie tells him, "It's not not as simple as that. We can't go directly to Britannia through the whole chaos holes. In the end, what are connected are the dimensions within Camelot, and they are random." As we see like this shot of like a few lands being connected together, like we see the giant castle, where I'm assuming is where the Chaos Knights are, residing in. Then we see like or an offer. Then we see like a smaller town. Then we see like a few like floating thing. I'm guessing the normal residence areas. Then we see some darkly colored thing, which I'm guessing is the cauldron. Then we see like some crystals. Then we see something that looks like the sun, or at least that's kind of what I'm getting involved in. We see like a bunch of rubble. Like we just seen some random shots. I'm not exactly sure which one of these connects to the deep underworld and where the nutrition is, so he can purify you guys. Well, put those shields on top of you guys so you do not get destroyed by going into the demon realm miasma, but whatever. As then we have Donnie saying, in the end, what are connected are the dimensions within Camelot, and they are random. So referring to these areas. So I guess they have to like, go to one area, and then they have to go into another area where there's a way portal to the demon realm. At least that's how I'm assuming they're doing this. As then we have, because again, like this confirms that they have a way to get back to Britannia. It's just they are limited to how they can do their reaches. As then we have Donnie and Anne both realizing at the same time, so you know how they've grown as knights. There's someone's near. As then we have, I'm going to assume Donnie be like, we got issues to deal with as we speak. Someone's tracking us down. We got no other way here. No other way here. As then we see the, well, what was his name again? Bertolope of the showing up. As we have the end of chapter, should be like, how will the Annie Donnie duo deal with the mysterious Green Knight? Bertolope of the Four Pearls. I don't think I would call him the mysterious one. He seems kind of the open one, just the fact we haven't encountered and see him in action yet. Like we've seen, I mean, there is theories that he flying right next to the land, but yeah, we've had theories that he might be connected to Talisker because of the armor and even personality they were similar. But I'm not exactly certain if Bartolope is really, you know, I would call him mysterious, especially with his personality that he has shown us. I think he seems pretty, you know, open. It's just we haven't encountered him yet, so we'll see on that guy. And I'll just get into the next chapter's title. Next chapter is 133, titled Bisection. So I'm guessing he has some kind of slicing type of ability or something. Maybe metal, maybe silver, maybe something on those lines. We have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, I'm really curious on how we're gonna go with this because again, like, regardless of how you look at it, the Four Pearls are supposed to be taken as a threat. Maybe not to the Seven Deadly Sins, but they should be a threat to people like Donnie, and Gian, and all those. They are supposed to be taken. So I feel like we shouldn't be having Donnie and Anne beating him or getting over the top one-ups on him. Like maybe they just barely escape. So I am kind of wondering how they are gonna deal with the guy. Like this, like you again, like we can't have Ironside getting no death by 1/10 of Bond's strength, and then have Bartolope, another guy who might be, who is implied to be stronger than Ironside and Palgat. At least that's how he talked, and that's how I was talking to him. It was implied getting beat by Anne and Donnie. It's kind of like loses the Four Evils mystery, and like even if again, it's like one of those things that kind of like again, it's difficult to say how powerful the Four Evils are supposed to be because we know they're no diffed by Bond, but to be fair, being no diff by Bond at 1/10 of his power is not saying much. I wouldn't be surprised if Archangels would be getting no diffed by a 1/10 Bond. So yeah, but here it's like he really shouldn't be getting like no dift. So I think he should be able to put up a fight. At the very least, that he should like they should just kind of be running away from him or something. Like I cannot see him like losing. Maybe there's gonna be like a clash between him and one Chaos. Maybe Tristan or Gawain will show up because again, it's kind of weird that. Because we haven't seen any of the Four Knights, but it's again kind of crazy to think that we haven't seen any of our main cast yet, or main characters yet. But yeah, we have to wait and see on that one. Maybe it will be Gawain. I mean, he's a Green Knight, and Gawain's story is kind of known for Green Knight. That's one thing everyone knows. So maybe she'll show up. I mean, if she's not gonna have a final fight, maybe at least a reintroduction will have her going up against him. I don't know. We have to wait and see. But anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. Leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below as well. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.